On this New Year's episode of Outlook TV, Councillor Tim Stevenson makes his way to Sochi.
The Cutting Edges hockey team skates up a storm.
RuPaul's Battle of the Seasons visits Vancouver and Toronto.
And much, much more.
Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Dan Dubshaw. Outlook TV is the queer news magazine show that brings you queer stories from coast to coast that matter the most.
Hello and Happy New Year. We hope that you enjoyed our Blast from the Past shows over the holidays. We are back with fresh stories for 2014.
Yeah, we're done looking back. It's time to look forward. And you can look forward to our next reporter. We're starting off, as we often do, with Connie Smudge.
Oh my goodness. Hi, kittens. It's your intrepid reporter, the unstoppable Connie Smudge, right here on Davy Street. Oh my goodness, my darlings. I have got a tour of tours planning for you. We're going to hop in and out of every hotspot here in Vancouver. We have got 11. Hello, my darling. I love you. Oh, see, the love is everywhere. 1181, Junction, Pump Jack, Oasis, Fountainhead, celebrities, numbers, there's more. There's like heaven's doors right across the street. Oh my goodness, my darlings, I want to show you Vancouver and everything it has to offer. Come, follow me. Come on, follow me. Tell me what's happening.
Absolutely. Well, tonight we've got DJ G Love coming in at 10 o'clock.
I love my love.
Absolutely, me too. To bring some retro beats, and we're going to be dancing from 10 till 3 here. And tomorrow we've got specials, cocktails on doubles for the price of singles. And Friday, Saturday we've got DJ Lisa Deluxe.
Oh my goodness, 1181 was so much fun. Help, Pump Jack! My boys, oh yes! This is Adam. He's like everything about the Pump Jack. He's delicious, and he's going to tell us everything that's coming in, like hot and happening in February and March.
So much hot and happening here. Well, in February for Valentine's Day, we have DJ Nick Bertozzi here.
So hot.
So hot. And it will be an underwear party, so we want you to come down, get in your underwear. We want to see some skin. Right? Lots of it.
And
also, the last Saturday of every month, we have Black Saturday, which is our leather fetish night. It's always fun, so come on down. And we have our DJs every Saturday and Friday.
I can't stop touching, I'm sorry. What do you love best about serving all your fabulous patrons here at the Pump Jack?
That they're all friendly, wonderful people.
And anything goes.
Anything goes. We have wonderful people like you showing up to tease us.
I love my job. Okay, I love you.
Mwah.
Look, above the Denny's, it's the Oasis. Oh, come on in. It's fabulous. Oh.
Tell me everything. Well, tonight is Wednesday. We have our weekly hip-hop party. It's the only hip-hop in the West End, so we're calling it Homo Hip-Hop. Thursdays and Fridays, actually, it's a great time to talk to us because we're revamping. We're trying to take Oasis in a more of an edgy direction. We have Tommy D doing Monroe on Saturdays, which has just been great. And they have rotating drag queens at the Drag Race Girls.
I hear Juju B is coming up.
Juju B is coming long weekend in February. So.
That's perfect. Perfect for our airtime. She is spectacular from RuPaul's
amazing.
Drag Race.
We love her.
And of course Sundays with your fabulous Liquid Brunch, which I kicked off.
Oh, and so we'd like to have fabulous entertainment and good music for people to come and, you know, get drunk and feel good about it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
They're going crazy about you, baby. I should let you back to your crowd, but thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you for stopping in.
Oh my goodness, Blake, how are you, my darling? Tell me everything.
Fabulous, Connie Smudge, especially since you've come into the room, brightening up our lives here at the Junction.
The Junction is amazing, and you're here all the time, and thank God you are. The service is impeccable.
We do things for the Average Joes, which is a HIV social group that come in here.
That's
we also
Fridays, right?
That is Fridays in the afternoons, and we also have the Absolutely Dragulous, which is really my favorite, with the stunning Carlotta girl who rocks my world every Saturday.
Oh my goodness! Hello, Fountainhead!
Well, we've just launched a new menu. And next we're going to be working on a new brunch menu and some new lunch features.
There's gay bingo happening. Joni's on board, and I think Carlotta girl's here too. Come on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you came up on the most fabulous journey of Davy Street because we got to see the places before they got all hot and buzzing. But let me tell you, between 1181 to Fountainhead, you've got some magic happening here in Vancouver. I am still your intrepid reporter, the unstoppable Connie Smudge, reporting for Outlook TV. Coming to the traffic, I'm stopping it. Oh, I'm stopping it. I love you all.
Dan, have you ever needed LGBTQ resources and not known where to look for them?
Yes and yes.
Well, it's as easy as 211.
211?
Yeah, BC 211 is a service that will connect you with all of the LGBTQ resources you could ever need.
Well, let's go to our reporter Suzanne to find out some more.
As a queer person, did you know about 211? Let's find out.
211 is a free information and referral phone number for all community, government, and social services. We are available 24/7, multilingual.
What in particular resources and information is available for the LGBTI community?
Depending on what people are looking for example, if the LGBT community is looking for low-cost counseling, where to volunteer, family support to deal with family or relationships or friends or recreation, or for example, one of the the highest phone calls we get is for housing. We occasionally get phone calls about where can I go for trans-inclusive housing and where people can go get the service. If you go to our website, we have an online search tool. It's on resources.bc211.ca. People can type, for example, seniors, shelter, or a search term that might pertinent to what they are looking for. All the call takers, they are all staff and they go through almost 2 months of training before they can go solo. They have lots of training in terms of inclusivity and how to help people. If you're new to the community, or pretty much if you're new to the area, you don't know, you need help, you want to have social life, you don't know what's available, what's in your neighborhood, you can phone 211 and we'll help you find the information.
Earlier this month, RuPaul's Battle of the Seasons happened at the Commodore. You were there.
I was there, yes, and I saw our reporter Keenan getting up close and personal with some of the greatest stars from RuPaul's Drag Race, and they were posted as pictures on our Facebook fan page. So you can check out the still shots after you watch this great interview next.
We are here at the Commodore Ballroom, and we have a few of our favorite drag queens here, and they're going to give us the greatest show of a lifetime. So sit back and relax, and we'll take you for a roller coaster ride you will never forget. This is RuPaul's Drag Race Battle of the Seasons. What's going on tonight?
Well, tonight, myself and Live Nation and OUTtv have brought together 6 of the biggest Drag Race girls and Michelle Visage, who actually is the biggest Drag Race queen. Let's be real. We brought them all together for the start of the Battle of the Seasons tour, the winter tour, I guess you could call it, and we brought them to the Commodore Ballroom, and it is amazing. It's so much more different than when we usually bring the girls to a club. In a club, they could show up, one number, meet and greet, and that's it. But for Battle of the Seasons, it's more of a theatrical show. You know, it's like a 2-hour show, lots of videos, lots of set changes. Everyone does 3 numbers, and we get like a lot of the straight girls that really watch the show, a lot of the wives who bring their husbands, who don't want to go to a gay bar, feel a lot more comfortable in concert venues and theater venues.
We caught up with you this summer. At that time, you were releasing a new album. How's that going?
We just finished all the recordings. We're all done in the studio. So now all it has to do is be mastered and remixed and produced. And
it seems, though, the Vaudevillains is going well. Can you tell me a little bit more about this show?
The Vaudevillians is a show that I co-wrote and co-star in with my music partner, Major Scales. And it's about two people who were frozen alive in the 1920s and have recently thawed out thanks to global warming and are playing their original songs from the ragtime era. But over the last century, those songs have been ripped off by pop artists. So they're playing it as it was originally written. So imagine like as if Toxic, you know, Britney Spears, Bad Romance by Lady Gaga, Piece of My Heart by Janis Joplin. Imagine those songs as if they were originally written in the 1920s, and that's what the show is. And of course, I play a coke-addicted, drug-addled whore, which is just such a good fit for me. So.
Well, I thought as much, and the public thinks so too.
Thank you.
Anything new coming out that you can tell us about?
I have lots of new projects coming up. I'm fancying myself a funny comedian, so I have a new stand-up comedy show coming out to debut off-Broadway in the summer.
Off-Broadway!
Well, it's a basement, and there's like 100 people that go there, but it's off-Broadway.
The room wasn't booked, so we booked it. Extended off-Broadway.
You claim the same thing, girl.
It's Canadian, but it's still real.
Well, thanks, girlfriend.
I don't need your money.
That's my tip. I'll take it.
You should take it.
Yes.
You should wash that money first.
I got you. It's plastic. It's easily worn.
No, it's Willem touched it. That's why you should wash it.
So should it not be by my breasts?
No.
Well, there you have it, folks. The show is coming to a sad end, but we can't wait to see these queens again. I'm Keenan Schnorr. Thanks for watching.
Well, it's that time again. We need to take a little small break.
So you can go, but don't go far, because we'll be right back with lots more queer.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And we are going to turn to sports. Lace up your skates and put on your face mask because it's hockey.
We are on our way up to Burnaby to meet with the SFU hockey team. They are the first Canadian collegiate team to join the You Can Play campaign.
This is Gary at Hockey. Tonight, Simon Fraser University is the first Canadian college team to participate in the You Can Play project, and the Cutting Edges are here to support them.
Being the first Canadian collegiate sport team to officially partner with the You Can Play project. So to finally see this come to fruition at one of our home games with our puck drop and all the other ceremonies going around it, it's just a really proud moment for the club. You know, having that barrier of feeling like you're, left out or being bullied or anything like that. Anything that gets rid of those barriers to hockey, I think is a great thing, and I'm really proud to have the team partnering with You Can Play.
Tonight's referee, Andrea Baroni, explains the You Can Play program.
You Can Play is an organization started by Brian Burke and his son Patrick, and it's the fight to eliminate homophobia in all sports. And tonight the focus is on obviously hockey, and so they're having a You Can Play night here and having that awareness out here around the college leagues. Being a ref, you hear a lot of words sometimes on the ice said, a lot of stuff like, oh, you're so gay, oh, you're a real fag, stuff like that. And, I approach it kind of as if they're ignorant about it and what they're saying, and it's just, they don't really mean it. So I usually just go over and just have a chat with the player, a few 30-second chats, say, listen, the game doesn't need that kind of stuff. Call them anything else, get creative, just nothing homophobic or racial slurs or anything like that.
Trevor McNeil describes the Cutting Edges approach to playing in the straight leagues.
When we join an organization, one of the leagues in the Vancouver area, we've been playing out at UBC a lot, but we've played in a couple other leagues. We let them know immediately that we are a gay team, and part of what the organization does is it's similar to racist or other kinds of slurs. It's just really not accepted, and we've actually had if there has been an incident, players on the other team are actually apologizing for that particular player who may have made those kind of comments. The You Can Play project. Players that are gay and players that aren't. So it's anybody who plays in any sport to let them know that if you can play, you can play.
Cutting Edges player Trevor Loke gives his opinion of the You Can Play project.
Well, I think it's important to make sure that everybody feels that sports is within their grasp, that that they can feel comfortable playing, that they can be included on the field and be part of a team, no matter who they are. And so that's the perspective I take on why it's important.
Fans, tonight is a very special game for the SFU Hockey Club. Tonight is the You Can Play night, and we are partnered with the You Can Play project to support ending discrimination in sports, especially discrimination based on homophobia. And we're actually joined by 3 members of the Cutting Edges Hockey Club, which is Vancouver's gay hockey club, and they'll be performing a ceremonial face-off.
This is Gary for Outlook TV.
And now we are going to take you to politics.
That's right. Sochi is coming up, and people have mixed feelings about these games given Russia's history with their LGBT record and inclusiveness.
So what does Vancouver do? We're going to send a gay guy.
That's right. We're going to send Tim Stevenson. So we sent our reporter, Angus, to find out what Tim is bracing himself for in Sochi.
We're here at Vancouver City Hall, where we're about to speak to Councillor Tim Stevenson about his upcoming trip to the Sochi Winter Olympics. I understand that you're going to Sochi to represent Vancouver as deputy mayor.
The mayor and I, after a number of discussions, felt that the best way to make a statement to Russia was not only his personal statements that he made back prior to Pride, but for me to go as the only openly gay person on council, and that should have the weight of a deputy mayor.
Can you tell us exactly what you're wanting to say to them?
2 things. First of all, we want included in the charter of the IOC sexual orientation. Sexual orientation is not included in the Olympic charter at this moment. It is, interestingly enough, included in the Paralympics charter. So I'm just going to be saying, look, the Paralympics already include sexual orientation. Just have a look at your brothers and sisters and do the same. Second, Whistler and Vancouver were the first to have a Pride House, a safe house for Olympic athletes, for their families and friends. So what I'll be discussing with the IOC is our hope that from here on in, there'll be no city that can say, no, we're not going to have a Pride House. That in fact, that it's written right in. If you want to be a host city and you want to make a bid, then you have to include a Pride House in your bid. And therefore, if you are a country like Uganda or Russia that says, no, you don't want to have this, then don't bother bidding on the Olympics. But any host city from now on, we hope, must have a Pride House included in the city's bid. I'd be foolish if I didn't say that there was some concern. We know that homophobia is rampant in Russia. We know it's being whipped up by the Russian Orthodox Church and so on. And so there is concern.
For Outlook TV, this is Councillor Tim Stevenson and Angus Pratt at Vancouver City Hall.
It's almost time for us to take another little break. But before we do,
you
should
go
to
Whistler
for
Winter
Pride. Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And you should be glad you are, because you're in for a treat. Up next is our segment where viewers like you share their stories. It's time for something that we call
Out Across Canada.
Hey there, Dan and Rebecca. Eureka here, reporting from the Maritimes in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and there's a lot going on since we talked the last time here in the winter. We've got the Youth Project. My darlings over there have turned 20, and they're having their party at the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. They're soon having an Asexuality Awareness Week, so check that out on their website. SMUQ, ladies and gentlemen, that is St. Mary's University. Their queer society has a few things going on, one of them being a scholarship that they're giving away to one of their own who is contributing to their community and as well exceeding in their studies, which makes sense. They also have a levy that they're taking to keep their activities going all year long. They're going to be proposing that before the board, and it's going to be a very, very minimal fee, and that will help to fund the wonderful activities that they have going on one of them being a pageant. It's Miss Mew Q, and that's open to men and women. There's going to be a talent portion and as well make your own outfit portion on the fly. NSRAP is having a community consultation for our trans community about trans healthcare and reassignment surgery. In addition, they're looking for a way to subsidize any people that may be living in the rural outlying communities, which is quite groundbreaking and historical happening out here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Men's Bar on Gottingen, ladies and gentlemen, are celebrating an anniversary, 9 years. They're going to be having a party, and you can check that out on their website. On the artistic side of things, for rounding them out, the Khyber Art Center is running a revival of Robin Metcalf's exhibit, Queer Looking, Queer Acting, in the Ballroom Gallery. If you can't get enough of exhibits, there's another one running at Dalhousie, ladies and gentlemen, the Student Union Building. It's by Chris O'Coin. It's a history of Halifax pride, a celebration taking us from very early demonstrations and very necessary demonstrations to the wonderful celebration that it is today. It's worth checking out. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the Elderberries meetings are still going strong. That's a group for queer people over 50. It's held at the Northwood Senior Center. And so if you're into Silver Foxes, or maybe if you just want a nice cup of coffee, you can check them out at their website. And that's it for me, here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, with Outlook TV, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eureka Love. Stick with me. I'll take you places.
Hey, welcome back. Happy New Year. I have 2 events coming up in Montreal till the end of January. The first one is a strip spelling bee, which is happening at the Mainline Theatre. This is a queer, trans, and senior-friendly event. Anyone can participate. There's a maximum of 10 participants, so come to the door at 8:30 p.m. before the event starts at 9. If you spell a word wrong, you have to strip off 1/3 of your clothing until you're in your underwear or naked, whichever one you're more comfortable with. The second event is a queer dance class. This is happening with the Nada Nada company. It's a pay what you can. It's happening every Saturday. And very, very affordable, whatever you can, no one's turned away, and very easy. They're stressing that these steps are incredibly simple. You don't need to have any learning experience whatsoever. So these are 2 awesome events happening in Montreal. Check them out, find out more information, and have fun.
Well, there have been a lot of great stories on tonight, and we've got another one.
That's right. The fun never stops here at Outlook TV. Check this out.
How many of us have the courage to share these with our spouses? Or better yet, simply to admit them to ourselves? The first layer of intimacy is being intimate with oneself.
Your play, By Hung, Fit, and Married, will be performed next month at the University of California, Berkeley.
Yeah, we're going to be part of the International Conference on the Future of Monogamy and Non-Monogamy at UC Berkeley this February. I'm really excited to be performing in front of this crowd. It's kind of, these people are interested in the topic. My play deals with the topic of monogamy and really shows how for us it was very transformative. You know, and the nice thing about my play and the book is I feel it's kind of the bedside reading companion to the academic or the various sort of how-to books that go along with these topics. So it'll be a nice real-life experience for these people to see it.
What do you hope people will get out of your book?
I used to think that my book would be an LGBT kind of book, but recently a friend of mine said, you know, it's sort of preaching to the converted. The people who are really interested in this thing are people who are sort of questioning or inquisitive or looking for something else.
What did your wife think when you came out as a bisexual, and how did she take it?
Coming to the conclusion was well worth it. Coming out to my wife was well worth it. It was transformative for our relationship, and it, you know, absolutely saved it. And had I not come out at that time or in any way, then certainly our relationship would have ended, and that would have been really unfortunate. And many do, because people don't want to come out, so they keep that part of them hidden. And you know, it's basically a huge wall inside of you that you're hiding behind. And you know, in order to have real intimacy, intimacy is when one exposes those secret inner parts of ourselves, which is why that night that I came out to my wife, despite the fact that she was angry and confused, both of us could feel palpably an undeniable closeness, moving closer with each other just by revealing that to her.
This has been Michael Frolick with Mark Bentley Cohen for Outlook TV.
The lovely ladies from RuPaul visited Toronto as well, and our reporter Wilma Fingerdew was there.
That's right, we are very faithful RuPaul fans. We followed this to 2 cities. Let's check out if Toronto was any different than Vancouver.
I'm Wilma Fingerdew. We're about to go backstage to the RuPaul's Drag Race show, Battle of the Seasons at the Danforth Music Hall. I am all access, so brace yourselves and so serious.
I'm releasing a new song with Caswell.
Oh, he's very famous.
He's yeah, he's sexy too,
Nice.
and very
Yeah, I like
talented. And we're doing a rap video together.
Oh, fabulous!
So that's coming out this month, and I think my 2014 goal is to have a Manila doll.
Got a little motto, always sees me through. When you're good to mama, mama's good to you.
Mama Michelle.
That's me.
Have you, here's the thing now. I know that people use the term in the gay community for the straight girls that make us all feel better about ourselves when we're, going through puberty. They call them the fag hags. I'm not a fan of that word, Michelle.
Well, I'm not a fan of the word
You know what I
fag
call
or
them?
hag.
I call them, no, because I don't hang out with hags.
I've never
I
been
don't hang
a
out with
hag.
No, I don't hang out with hags. Who hangs out? Do you hang? No. I call them fairy princesses.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yes. No,
I don't mind queer deer.
No, queer deer. A queer deer, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't like fag or hag, but I do use fag hag, I have to say.
Because it rolls off the tongue. It's like when we grew up, that's the only term for it.
Everyone knows what that means. And the thing I love about the gay community is that they embrace straight girls, because if it weren't for straight girls, none of us would have gone to the prom.
Yeah. Right.
None of Miss Congeniality herself, Ivy Winters, how are you? I want to give you a kiss, but you were eating fire on stage, girl. I don't want to get close to that.
After eating flavor, I keep burping up lighter fluid flavor.
Oh,
it's so worth it. I know, it's so attractive.
It must be really popular at the truck stops.
The truck stop.
Closer. Ooh, no, that's not.
I was kind of stubbornly doing drag the way I had always done it and not really allowing certain parts of myself to grow.
Right.
So like I was working really hard on the performance aspect of things, but drag is very visual no matter how you do it, whether you want to be, and that's what I kind of learned in Drag Races. If you want to be a shocking drag queen, or you want to be tacky, or you want to be glamorous and supermodel, just do whatever you want to do to the best of its ability.
Thanks for watching RuPaul's Drag Race Battle of the Seasons here on Outlook TV. I was your host, Wilma Fingerdew, and I hope for serious that you had a good time, because I sure did. Seriously.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this episode of Outlook TV. Thanks so much for joining us.
And while you wait for our next action-packed episode, you can keep in touch.
You could like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or heck, come join us as a volunteer.
That's right. For Outlook TV, I'm Dan Doomshaw.
And I'm Rebecca Wyman. See you in Whistler.
Stay fabulous, Canada.